Okay, I'm gonna be honest, and that's a real rarity for me. We're actually going 3 maps, and I didn't expect it. I thought after map 1, the fundamentals, the basics, the what I expect was already coming through, Veerless. I thought that was it. I thought, you know, overpass. I don't see it happening, and then it did. And now we're here on the verge of Vertigo. Where is your mind right now?
I am thinking that the odds of Galaxy Racer might actually be really good here, because the last time on Vertigo, the main problem was that Anna didn't show, Vilga didn't show. And just keep in mind the way that last round on Overpass just ended, with Vilga just absolutely going nuts. So I have a feeling that if that translates onto Vertigo, man, this could definitely be a lot closer, if not the winning round for Galaxy Racer. Last time around, 16-8, but with now Galaxy Racer being online in the server and actually coming alive, this might become real scary.
It could do. But we've seen this matchup before, and we saw it on this map, and it wasn't great, Veerless. I think that's what I'm waiting to see change, is that difference. And it's not been a long time. It's not like they can go back and change and bring out brand new strategies. It's small tweaks here and there, these adjustments, these, God, how didn't I notice that moment? But now the thing they notice is a lot of attention coming up ramp. XL will be starting on the T side, Galaxy Racer on the CT side, and Vilga needs to be very careful right now.
Oh, here do come the people. Vilga does tap away with one. Tries to go for more. But yeah, that flashbang, that did absolutely... or it said it did, but Vilga wasn't blind. But a good idea, though, just in case Vilga would have been falling a little bit more further back. But the kill is there nonetheless. So now tempo is here for XSET. They're going to be running and gunning towards that A-bomb site. But the flank is already coming in. Claudia finds one and is eager to find even more. Did see the shoulder of Zaz. Now tries to tap away. Oh my lord. And she's just going to be eating them all alive. But still, 2 people on the exit side alive. Cressy, leave it up to her to find a little bit more. Now, the big problem is 23 does have a kit, but is so low, and now she falls. Kelly V, she needs to be the hero. She needs to be the star. She does pick up the kit. But the question is, how will this one turn out? Of course, Cressy's still alive, and she needs to do it. And she does. XSET do take the pistol round, but it was so incredibly close.
Yeah, it was. 4 kills needed from Cressy. I want to highlight, though, Claudia, MVP for me. Without her mad play on the flank, once she got past Giuliano at the very start, Giuliano was already thinking about this. Her second play, there it is. There's the first step. Yo, thank you, EVS replay man, woman, whomever you may be. Shout out to you, my homie. Just barrels straight up ramp, isolates Zaz, turns attention, gave him a shot at that retake, because otherwise it was going nowhere. There was too many alive, and you know, then Cressy went hold my beer for a second and just went straight on it. Now this is a nothing round almost. I don't care for these too much. This should be, by all accounts, a walk in the park.
Yeah, just the clean pistols. 2 times a flashbang, but that probably won't make any difference. It's already Mimi sneaking into B and taking care of mid, finding 2 for herself as Giuliano picks up 1 more. So definitely this should be clean. 23 does manage to pick up 1. Can pick up that weapon as well, but it's probably the least viable weapon on the XSET side, so at least it's not an AK. You know, it's okay. You can give that one away for a 23, but of course, maybe trying to go for a hunt, but also keep in mind economy is important, so just leave that one as is. Make sure to stay alive with all the other 4, and we've got ourselves then a pretty nice good little bonus round coming up for the next one. Ooh, 23. Has to reload, needs to fall back a little bit, because now maybe the hunt is about to become real, and it's almost a little bit of a game of tag. 23 trying to run away. Oh, and it's about to get healed real soon. Giuliano does manage to pick up the frag, a little bit more money in the bank for her. And that's now the round secure, 2-0. And finally time for Galaxy Racers to get that buy on the board.
Also, Anna won't be able to get an AWP out early either. She's not been fragging out early. We haven't seen, big damage from her. She's yet to get off the starting block, so that's another key piece. But the one thing that really stood out to me about XSET was that strength of their default. We haven't really seen them go to it, but this is probably likely to be the first case of it. Keep your eyes on Zaz and Mimi and how they approach middle, for example. Mimi was walking through Claudia before, and this ramp play was hard to hold. Now, Krassy's feeling herself a little bit ahead of the smoke and just playing through it. Petra going through the utility motions. Smokes up, but again, deep hold coming out from Galaxy Racer. Not really posted forward on this.
And I just hope that Galaxy Racer is going to be showing a different CT side here, because that was really the biggest problem. Only picking up one round the last time, and that cost them the whole match eventually. So let's hope that this one can turn around. It's already a good start there by 23, picking up the first. But of course, XSET, we know them. They can get back into this, especially with Cressy now popping off, and she is looking for more. But they're not going to be heading anywhere just yet. Still defaulting. We still see them spread out across the map. But with two people now getting almost control of this site, this is about to be real interesting. And Mimi, once again, this position was highlighted, I believe, in the post-match, that Mimi just waiting in mid so late. But the problem is Galaxy Racer is now ready for it, knowing that that is a thing that Mimi likes to be doing, and they're going to be going on that hunt. Kalivi does take the shot and lands it. So now the advantage is back in the hands of Galaxy Racer, but still the retake needs to happen.
Yeah, no mollies, no smokes. Hard to dig these players out positions. Giuliano lines him up, knocks him down. 3 huge kills. Krasny just to close out. And as much as the awareness of Mimi was integral to that previous game, they still have to get over the finish line on this site, which, well, with Giuliano finding form, that's scary, scary stuff. Giuliano is an animal when it comes to it. When she gets online, when she gets to start feeling out the game, sitting anti-flash, waiting for that contact, swings around, say goodbye to 3 of them. Perfect play, and now the money, not so ideal. So timeout called. They know this map means everything now. This is their chance to topple that throne that has been in place for so long, Fearless. These, the team against them are legacy players at this point. I mean, the opponents they once faced from North America are now analysts. It's been that long. So, I mean, these players have been around for a while. They still stay in the game. They're still grinding. They're still at the top of their game. So you've got a lot to overcome if you're Galaxy Racer. You have to bring your A game here, and I want to see a turnaround soon.
And the thing is, XSET and Galaxy Racer, probably the matchup we saw the other day was the closest we've ever seen these two teams competing against one another. But the only problem was Vertigo. That was the only map that wasn't a 16-14. That definitely seemed in control of XSET. And right now, of course, it is a different day. New chances for both sides to take this one on. But we have to take into account that XSET were just almost a little bit more prepared for that game. They had more answers. They were easier on the adaptation. And so far, so good. 3 rounds now on the board for them. Of course, there is a bye for them. For Galaxy Racer, there isn't much to work with. So this round should once again be a walk in the park. Already Vilga taken out of the squad. And now 4 more left to take care of. Make it actually 3 as last there picked one up. And Claudia did stand anti-flash there, so eventually she didn't really get wanted by anything. Was able to pick up one for herself, but actually took the second kill. Okay, maybe Anna. The timing was there on the shot. Sadly, not enough. The head armor was enough to save Giuliano right there. So 4th round on the board. Not too much weaponry lost. Galaxy Race is still on that 0. And now is the time for them to get the first off of the ground.
Now, keep in mind, these have been somewhat close rounds. Now, Claudia's been on point, so that's kind of the tick in the box. The next one that we want to see is Anna finding some of that form. We see those flashes trying to kind of indicate maybe some B presence. 23, going to try and take some of that ramp control. I like it. Nice little deep smoke to facilitate. Do Petra on the other side of the AWP as well. Krasny and Giuliano all down there. Timing is everything. A little underhand smoke for 23. Got to be careful on that. The timing could have been unfavorable, but it's not. And they're going to go through the protocols clear as they go. Great little underhand flash. 23 is blind as a bat. Can do nothing about it. Vilga tries to bail her out. Tries to get the trade frag. They do keep at a disadvantage. Nice work from Claudia. There's that new adjustment towards middle. Tailor-made to catch Mimi out.
Yeah, now things do slow down. XSET a way to retrieve that bomb, and it looks like these stairs might be the place where they're about to hit, and Cressy is still here on A. So there's either a lot of information or potentially a good chance that she could pull some CTs in rotating, but Anna still holds this, of course, not really seeing anyone. And at the same time, CT's not making too much of a move just yet. Claudia just gonna be swinging around, and oh yeah, this is almost unfortunate that XSET decided to go back with the bomb towards A, but they might still do a good job with taking care of the site. But 20 seconds, that might be the problem here.
Look at Claudia. Keep your eyes on her. Let's see what damage she does here, Fearless.
Oh, 2 kills for her, and okay, Cressy still in the game. Might be able to do this, of course. It is planted for her, but she needs to not miss her shots, and it ends with a very, very dirty collateral. She is already like, what just happened? Did I just do that?
She hasn't died yet. She's 11-0. Cressy is walking through this game. Now, do you know what? Claudia, again, putting up numbers, but look at this. Just the cash pop. Oh, just one. One is plenty. That's all you need. And that's got to be frustrating again. Galaxy Racer calling the timeout. Not a bad shout, because they did technically everything right. I loved what they did then. I am, again, a fan of Claudia. You have a bad game. They faced before, and Claudia really got overrun in middle. She has adjusted, she's adapted, and she's taken it further. She exploited that default. She's been around on the flank so many times now. But then that happens. And sometimes that's the problem of playing against XSET. They have some ridiculously good individuals that can bail you out. And right now, no, it may not be Zaz, it may not be Petra. It doesn't really matter. You have Cressy at 11-0, Giuliano 10-3, 6 rounds in. Like, it must be nice to have that sort of power in your team.
Usually it's more the veterans, we're counting on. They have the experience and the knowledge to really take this team forth. But right now, it's all on to Cressy. Of course, still the squad has been together for definitely a long time. But technically, if you were to count, she's definitely the youngest player on the squad. But she proves here today that she is in it to win it. She doesn't come here just let things slip up. But I like to see that little bit of change of positioning there. A bit more aggro towards that B ramp, but take care of your back because Giuliano is already there, but might actually be the case of 23 retaking that and making sure that it doesn't slip too far out of hand. So it is still a 2-on-3, but considering that the CTs just have 2 times an MP9 to work with, and just that single smoke definitely doesn't make things great, but 23 still attempting to make anything possible.
Not with Cressy against you. She's having none of it. No fun allowed. Get away. You can tell when she's gone like evil Cressy mode. The lights go off. She sits in darkness and just doesn't die. 12-0. God damn. And again, my heart goes out a little for Galaxy Racer because they're trying so much. And then you're getting that powerhouse come through. Let's see how this one goes down, though. Double AWPs coming right out, Fearless. This is a big investment.
And it looks like one of the AWPs was opting to peek. Petra's there with her AWP as well. Oh, and she saw. She had a little bit of intel there onto Anna. Of course, throwing a flashbang in return, making sure no one is going to be picking a hole. And Petra, the whole squad sneakily creeping up, and just at the timing that Anna was trying to see if anyone was all the way at the back, they were already too close. So now the opening is definitely in favor once again of XSET. And they're just hungry. They want to get more rounds on the board, and so far so good. But of course, each round you need to get through them one by one. Vilga in this position, close, tries to work around with the smoke, gets one, but it's constantly stuck at a 1 kill. They can't get more done, so that advantage stays with XSET for now.
It does, and there's still 50 seconds on the board. This might turn around to be more of a Kelly V special if it does keep going around this way. Or they just hit the brakes for a second, make him sweat, over-rotate. Zaz, this is that default position, always present, always keeping eyes on this, never letting it go too far astray. She's always going to keep track. And there's that molly I was desperate to see from Galaxy Racers T-side, just a quad to clear it out. In case there's the AWP there, Kelly V flashed out now, has to be careful of mid, lost track of so much control. 2 potential areas of threat coming her way, finds Mimi, but now she needs to find more.
Oh, so desperate, trying to work around that smoke and then getting tagged up. Of course, as an Opera, you want to see to get that high ground, but it was expected. Zaz just getting that kill and just spraying right through it. So now, once again, advantage is back for XSET, but maybe it's still possible. 23 tags 1, and it's still rough. Every time I think there's a little bit of hope on the Galaxy Racer side. It's just XSET pulling through, taking back the lead, and making sure that no one is setting foot onto that bomb site for the retake. And once again, it was very nicely done. Just the utility coming in from XSET, playing with the minds of Galaxy Racer, and then forcing everyone out of position. But hello, we have a pistol waterfall on our hands. Kelly V getting 1. And that's at least 1 weapon retrieved. Now they're going to be backing off, playing a bit more slowly. But at the same time, we know XSET's firepower. We know they have the weapons and the brains to do it with. So hopefully they can still pull back from this. Oh, Giuliano picks up 1. But again, it's getting traded. So perhaps this could still turn up his head.
Maybe. Keep in mind, Crassie is still alive. Any of my WoW nerds, I'm just going to call her Kill Jaden at this point. She is refusing to die. The absolute raid boss. Infallible approach, and 23 now, burnt out of position, forced away. Look how meticulous and well choreographed this is from XSET. They've stepped it up a gear. This goes, okay, you're going to take us to a 3rd map. We're going to 7-0 you. We're going to have Crassie not die. You don't get to push us like this. And now the smokes hold. Another one invested. Crassie spotting around the edge. 23 is just up to the top side. There's that flash, and now they're going to try and retake, but Crassie's going to be behind them.
Oh, Crassie still not dying, picking up 3 more kills along the way. And she is just not planning on stopping anytime soon. She just keeps going. The smile is back on her face. 8-0 it is. Just the amount of space she creates and she can just work with. It's absolutely nuts. 17 kills. Just 8 rounds played. Keep that in mind, because oh my lord. She has to get MVP at least for this map. But potentially she has been consistent around all 3 so far. So well played for Cressy.
She is having an absolute belter of a series where everything feels like it works. You've got that hot hand in the game. Every choice you make is the right one. The timings all work well. What a feeling it must be coming into the final map in this grand finals here in Europe. You can see a mid-take being considered. Claudia on the other side. Backing away this time. Doesn't want to stay around too long. Vilga's there in support, so should be able to maintain some control. A little bit of a molly being considered as well. Back they go. And mid-take beginning.
Oh, and things got a little bit heated there for a second. Claudia still managing to pick up some frags, but eventually falling. But we know that XSET can come back from this. Still Mimi here out on mid, making sure that the space she got, she remains and maintains. So still, things are potentially going back, and she's just not going to be stopping. Of course, CTs are still going to be there, and the thing is, there's still a player deep down towards Sandbag, so eventually they do get squished onto the site. You can already see that Mimi was trying to look around just in case anyone was going to be pushing from behind, but this time around, they lacked the amount of firepower. But still, the start off, not too bad. They tried to recover, but this time it was finally Galaxy Racer that managed to pull through. And now we need to see more of that. Because 1 round, that's definitely not going to be enough. They had 1 round on CT the last time around. So I hope this won't be a pattern here, Pansy.
same. And it's going to be hard to rebuild this confidence. These players needing a little bit more to get themselves going. Anna now. Nice. Good work towards Mimi. Not letting those Deagles get too much of a threat building towards middle east, but careful now. Rassi is out and about. Petra's also worked up towards sandbags, unbeknownst to Vilga. There's the swing. Well handled. Good spray by Vilga. And this is part of the course. This should be perfectly fine. No more threats to be found. Zaz, fantastic as she may be, this is not within the realm of possibility.
Would be nice if she can get away with the gun there. 23 up close, so maybe if she keeps them around the corner, she does get one kill, but not the weapon. But it's a clean round from Galaxy Race, exactly what they needed. So now that economy can start to build, they have a little bit more to rely on for the next couple of rounds. But XSET, once again, coming in with the buy round. It's only Petra on that Mach 10, just in case they have a little bit more utility around. Let's see how they will deal with this. Of course, no AWP in hand, but it should still be okay. There's still plenty to work with. And already, Vilga burning alive, so blind that she wasn't realizing. Oh, and this is not the way you want to start the round up with.
No. Fully blind, just powers into the molly, burns alive for it. That's the problem. They can now draw these rotations out. We're going to have to call upon the likes of Anna. We need Anna to really step up now. 23's done her map. She already had a good map. Anna, we need you now. You want Galaxy Race to turn up? We need a big performance. It's as simple as that. 23 holding short. You can see the T side just pausing, taking a second. No need to rush. They can see if anyone's trying to get some information or make plays on that CT side. If anyone would dare try and play out, no one is. They're putting a little bit more weight towards the likes of Anna and 23 to hold this as they are. And now with 48 seconds, still with Molotovs and 3 smokes, the T's can easily pressure towards this site. And Krasi has been putting on a clinic at how to do damage there. Look at Petra waiting as well. There goes the smokes. It's go time.
Oh, the smokes makes it so incredibly hard for the CTs to see. And this surely has to be a bomb planned. And for the CTs to deal with this, it's just so hard. You have no Molotov to just drop onto the bomb site. Just that simple nade, just tickling Mimi just a tiny bit, but that's about it. Now, they do have flashbangs. If they want to go for it, that's what they need. But still, 5 on 4, technically in favor of XSET, and the time is already ticking away. There's one flashbang, but did it do much? The answer is no. Anna does pick up 1. It's Cressy, finally, but Mimi goes big with 2. Still, the time ticking. The time is running low. Mimi goes big even more. Zaz finds the last one. And XSET just clean it up once again. Just waiting patiently, not overstepping. And that's exactly what they needed to do.
This is where that pressure's going to mount, when those mind games come out, and where, once again, we look at experience. Mimi, what a powerful player she is as an addition to this roster. That firepower she brings, you know, coming for time for it. She finds the right time to put that into play. Now, Anna said I want to see more from her, and I still do. Those impactful frags, those frags with flair that we saw coming out, she needs a bit of that today. Zaz going to continue to maintain map presence here. Going through her checklist, has support this time, so way more intention towards B. So that's not only Kelly V's area, Claudia towards mid, so this could be tough to hold. Let's see what Kelly V can do now.
Yeah, she's about to be met with a very big task here, deploying that own smoke, trying to work off it. And, well, even though she was blind, she does read well of the positioning of Zaz, but it might still get real tricky. But leave it up to Claudia. Claudia is doing a good job of coming in, giving the backup, and keeping things in line for Galaxy Racer. Ooh, and a little bit of a miss shot there by Giuliano. I thought that should have been an easy kill, but maybe the concentration slipped a tiny bit. Not really aware, maybe looking at the minimap. But that's at least another good round on the board for Galaxy Racer. You would have to say, you know, that A ramp, we've said it before, that's probably the biggest problem on their side. B, that's pretty much okay. First time around mid was also a bit of a problem, but right now we haven't really seen XSET exploit that one. just yet. Mainly just A, and A seems to go good so many times.
Yeah, and for the Galaxy Racer fans, for anyone invested in their progress here, you need them to close out the rest, if I'm honest. Now, at the moment, it looks like they'll probably do this round too. Good initial damage. Zaz and Petra go down for it. They fall away towards the site. And they had been giving up a couple of plants here, which has been a problem, but they are up against a much weaker purchase. 23 might even get a little gap to work with there too, even better. Be nice in case. And Anna's going to take up that. And now we have the last two. That's going to be Claudia to keep this safe. Needs to stay very present in this round. And loses her head. Okay, game back on. Now there's a bit of a problem. There's a plant to be had here. Rifle to be recovered. This would have to be a classic roll it back Mimi round if you want this one to go any other way than Galaxy Racers.
Yeah, probably the biggest issue right here. XSET, they didn't really go for an eco. They just decided to force. So now 4v2 and Cressy being so incredibly low. This might get real tricky. Mimi now not landing the shot, so it's all on her shoulders with the dig, and she's not able to do it this time around. Galaxy Racer take and pull through once again. So the score lines, they are creeping in slowly but surely, but still the gap is definitely there. But it looks like Galaxy Racer will be able to get one more on the board because money is still not there for XSET. That force definitely didn't work out in their favor. So just eco this one out, have enough money for the last, and then pull right back into it.
Go again, double ops. Kelly V's on one, Anna on the other. Looks pacey, looks quick. Nice molly. That's going to at least give away the game. Claudia and Kelly V better be ready. They're going to be pouring towards the side. Kelly V's orb's going to be called to attention, and Claudia better be there to support. Blinded, gives away the position. Now's in trouble.
Oof. It definitely looked a little bit chaotic at first, some missed shots, but now it seems to be back in control. Petra did manage to find a few kills there for herself, making it a bit more costly, but surely this shouldn't be too much of a problem for Galaxy Racer, even if they were to lose all of them. Economy-wise, there's just not a lot of damage still to be dealt. So, at least for the last round, they have enough money in the bank, but this one will be important. Will XSET be able to take it to double digits already in halftime, or will it be Galaxy Racer pulling through to that 6th round, making it a little bit more doable? But so far, so good. 5 rounds on the board for Galaxy Racer. It's maybe a little bit more T-sided, and they definitely did better on that CT side than the first time around.
Here's the bounce back. They get this final one. We've got a game on our hands. Honestly, I think at 10-5, I don't see it happening. As thin as that margin is, I think XSET grind it out, but here's the turn of events. It's a little shaky at holding that kind of all in towards B. I didn't love what we were seeing, but, you know, they held it together. But now, we have to see what they can do this time around. 23's managed to hold this. They have given up a lot of plants. They haven't been, particularly proactive towards ramp. They're playing mostly retake. And again, Kelly V still holding this down. I guess this frees up Claudia slightly. No, she is tucked in with her, so I guess they are really hammering in these sites and leaving a lot of faith in Anna to control middle. And patience being shown here.
Oh, now the smokes do go out, and there was a bit of a flashbang, but once again, Luca pushes right in front of it, makes sure she isn't blind, gets that kill, but instantly an answer back by XSET, finding 2 for their own. And now in the lead, once again, bomb is being planted. And yes, Claudia coming in from that ramp position once more. She had done pretty damn good work from that position, but up against 4 of the T's, and there's still a smoke and a Molotov for XSET to work with. Might get real rough. But they have to go for this. It's the last round of the half. And now finally, the firepower comes back in, but leave it to Mimi and Giuliano to clean it right up. 10-5, that is the scoreline now in this last map. And we will go to a really short break before we are right back.
I'm walking alone. This is your dawn. I'm walking alone. This is your dome. I'm walking alone. I'm going home. I'm walking alone. This is your dome. I'm walking alone. Going home. I'm walking alone. This is your dome. I'm walking alone. I'm going home. I'm walking alone. This is your dome. I'm walking alone. Going home.
Excuse me while I take the floor. Spotlight shining, it's my show. And you gon' love me a little bit more. Cause I got that electric glow. Didn't know it, now you know. Want you vibing with my flow. You ain't never gonna let it go. Once you see my electric glow. Fresh out the oven, I'm piping hot. Get too close and you might get shocked. Told everybody sit back, just watch while I climb all the way to the top. Oh no, no, I can't just pass by. Cause my electric glow, it shines too bright. And everywhere I go, we will stand our ground.
It's the final half now. 10-5 is the current scoreline. Both maps being picked up by either side. It was kind of wild to get to this point, but it's now do or die time for Galaxy Racer. They got 5. They got the bare minimum, at least to give them a touch of a buffer, but they have to deliver now. And Giuliano, Zaz, Mimi, Crassi, Petra all stand in their way.
Oh, and the bomb is already going down. Just one simple smoke, but they're not checking the position of Giuliano, so she could get that nice little freebie, but I was about to say she might get overwhelmed, but it looks like she's in total control. 2 kills for her, Mimi with the follow-up, and now it's all falling apart for this pistol here on Galaxy Race's side. And the problem is, they're 5 rounds down. This is not what you want to start off with in this second half. They needed this pistol round pretty deeply. And it looks like they do, of course, have the bomb. They're going to be making a run for that B bomb site. Try again, see if the change of plan can make a difference. And already the CT is making a move as well, ready to pick them up as soon as they start to fly out. Cressy is waiting already, the absolute monster of the first half. And looks like she will definitely land a shot there. Giuliano, a third. And the pistol is all of XSETs. It's once again dominant, and it looks like they're not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, look at this patience from Giuliano. The first waits for the plant, spins around, isolates Anna, and they just couldn't dig her out of that position. They didn't have the Molotovs. They didn't have the, I guess, the willingness to check on it, and that's going to prove a problem. They have to clean eco this round, because the amount of gun rounds they're going to get is going to be few and far between. But hey, they got, you know, they're going to be pretty frustrated, honestly, after that round. I'm sure it's very annoying to die to that spot. But now Petra's potentially going to land a nuke. No, spins on over, gives up mid, and here come the shots. Should be free farm.
Oh, MP9s galore. They take them all down. Mimi a few, Petra as well. And I like that Petra wasn't really going to be going for that nade, because if you know there's just going to be a pistol rush out mid, you might get overwhelmed real soon. So just her backing off, giving the info to the teammate, letting them trade of one another. That's smart, and just to win it very cleanly. And now Petra on that AWP, and this is what I like to see. Last time around with that AWP on Vertigo, she was super duper versatile. She could play almost any position. And what is happening? Cressy already like running up close, trying to but I'm not sure if that was calculated or not. But
We'll say no.
At least I was like, is that a weird smoke I haven't seen before in Vertigo? But no. But at least they back off for now. I like the idea of maybe trying to go a little bit aggro, get them out of position and take them off guard a little bit. But right now, things have slowed down. Smoke back in place, a re-smoke in fact. And Galaxy Racer will have to come with an answer soon.
Well, they can take their time, and if anything, they've taken away some of the utility from the CT side, leaving them with a little less than ideal, but the brunt of the hard work is still going to be getting past the likes of Giuliano and Petra, who are on the slightly better weaponry. Mimi's seen enough, heard enough, knows enough, backs away. No point out staying welcome for no gain. Now, the issue then becomes they've got 40 seconds. They can take ramp control, but it takes time. You want to be meticulous and, you know, all the bits and pieces. Yeah, that Molly, you need that one. In case Giuliano's back there again. Not to be this time. We do have Giuliano. Say the name and she shall appear. Leans over this side. It's now down to 20 seconds, Veer. It's getting a bit scary to hit this late. There's still mollies, there's still nades. Kelly V's in trouble now.
Oh, she's stuck. There's pretty much almost nothing she can do. She would have to wait and hit it for the last second, and she does now. Oh, but there was a nice attempt from Mimi trying to burst through the smoke, get the kill, but eventually it all turned around. It's the cleanup from Galaxy Racer punishing XSET, trying to stop that bomb plan. And now 12-6. Yes, there's another round on the board for Galaxy Racer, but the gap still so big, so that's definitely a little bit of a problem here for Galaxy Racer, but this might be enough to pull back and get back into the game.
That was incredible from Vilga then. Really nice play on the bomb. As soon as, Kelly V was trying to get that plant, she was right there, protecting, leading from the front, then able to turn it around after just seeing for a second before that flash came in. Was able to spray down two. So excellent work from Vilga. Leading from the front a little. Petra going to be forced away. Good diligence with the grenade here. Galaxy Racer going through the checklist. They still have to be pretty meticulous in this approach. It's not an easy way to play this. Plenty of close angles. There's the first bit of a spot. 23. Often around here, but Vilga needs to be careful. They now really need to not lose their cool and not lose these AKs. Anna, Vilga desperately holding on, and they do. No threats to be found this time, just one player lost.
Cressy, of course, now waiting here, but just with a USP now forced out of position by the Molotov as well. Of course, Galaxy Racer still have the utility, but okay, Cressy takes down one more. But even more Molotovs are just flying over her head. She tries so desperately to get more done, but now there's another kill. It's a 2-on-2, and she has found an AK, and we know what absolute monster she can be with that weapon in her hand. Zaz also coming in from behind, so this might get real tricky, and she hits the shots as well. So certainly I'm not sure which way this round is going to be going, and it's Cressy landing that last shot. I am not sure how that happened, and Cressy can't quite believe it herself either.
Pack it up, they're done. It's time to go home. If they weren't tilted before, you are now. There's one. The casual double dink on the second. Yeah, I'm out of the game at this point. No trades, no nothing. And I look, XSET are a great team. I'd have loved to see them push closer. But right now, if they don't tilt off the face of the earth, more power to them. Vilga, I'm sure that one stung. That's got to be frustrating because you're putting in the building blocks. You're trying to lay the foundations. Get him back in this game. Get that confidence going. Get all those protocols in the right place. If it doesn't happen, well, there's always the next time. And for now, we wait and see how this goes. I pray someone has that molly towards quad. The Zaz throws on the other side. She gets ready with the smoke. No need. And now there could be problems if they land this site hit and they don't check on Zaz.
Oh, well, so far they don't even have the chance to, because Giuliano takes out the first once again, making sure they start off with a bit of a lead. And now Galaxy Racer is hesitant to go for this, but the backing up is about to come real soon. There might still be a change of plan. 23 looking to creep up on ramp and take the rest with her. She is not making a sound, playing with the minds of XSET a little bit, but now the Molotov is actually gonna hinder them. You have to hit it, because otherwise it would just bounce back right at you. And now, time ticking away, the sound cue was there. Could potentially still sell as a fake, but Petra waiting and ready, just holding the crosshair, just waiting for anyone to peek up. Sadly, the shot is not hitting, but now Molotov onto the side and just punishing them for being late once more. Kelly V does manage to escape, takes a little bit of a hit, but then out of position, Giuliano can pick it up right there and then. And this retake seems so solid so far.
If they get this boosts the confidence. This brings them back from the brink, because right now it looks like they're dead in the water. 23 and Anna going to be called upon. You need to deliver now if you want to save your team. Anna, you've been quiet this series, and you've been quiet again. Petra up on top, takes her down, no problem. And Giuliano being such a threat, such a nuisance, and XSET keep their cool under pressure. Galaxy Racer starting to feel that pain, that crushing sensation of knowing this game's slipping away from them now. And let's watch it back from the start. Giuliano utilizing that smoke that just came in, be able to extinguish the molly that was thrown down, the spray after maybe understanding where that plant was, and the quick swing on Claudia. Their confidence is starting to peak, and you can see it here. Petra, boom, see you later, Anna. This is where you see experience coming through. But Galaxy Racer, throw it at the wall, make something happen, dig deep. If there is any time you need someone to take it by the reins, it has to be now. And they look deflated, they look a little defeated, but it's not over yet.
Oh, I hope this time I can do some good. And we see the pistols coming out again. And keep in mind, Galaxy Racer won the last map with just the pistols. It was Vilga back then jumping around with the Tech 9. So we know that they can definitely do damage, if not win the round. But the question is, will XSET have an answer for it this time around? So far, they have been in control of this game 14-6. And it's one hell of a task for Galaxy Racer to get back from it. Right now, just holding off for now, just hoping that Galaxy Racer is going to be wasting a bit of utility. Because usually in the retake, that's where they shine with that util. They have plenty left to take control of it. But now, Galaxy Racer, a little bit more forced out of XSET. So that does leave us with just 2 smokes and 1 molly. And potentially, if they are about to burst real soon, these players might run out.
Petra. Being patient, Mimi as well. The nerves being tied with the stress starting to mount. Heart beating out of the chest as Krassi's going to probably get first contact on Vilga if she swung back around. And Vilga now knows what to do with that. See if she can maybe get around it. Molly towards the site. This is late in the round. This is going to be tricky to land this hit.
Ooh, Mimi under a lot of pressure. So many shots and a nade will eventually finish her. But the bomb is now getting planted. If Giuliano jumps up at the right time and Zal's coming in from the flank, this might still fall apart. But consider that it was just an eco, so far, the amount of damage the Galaxy Racer is doing is definitely way too much. Oh, okay, I thought for a second she might be going for it and landing it, but nope, Zaz is there with the AK. And now it is a match point for XSET. They still have money in the bank, so even though there was a bit more damage probably than they would have liked, it's still okay. Everything is in control for XSET and Galaxy Racer. They need so many rounds to take this one back.
Ah, this is the thing, isn't it? You don't get 2 swings at the Queen. You get 1 chance, 1 opportunity, and then you absolutely do not recover from it. 15-6, this is the last chance. This is, if there's ever going to be a time, it has to be now for Galaxy Racer. Otherwise, the team that has dominated the scene, has adjusted, still growing, still adding firepower, will close this one out. There's 1 minute and 25 seconds between them and that final hurdle. Zaz focused as ever. Giuliano by her side as well. There is a lot to be seen with these players. I couldn't imagine a better duo to potentially close this round out.
Ooh, the nades at least do a fair bit amount of damage onto Giuliano. But she's not out of the running just yet. Even with low HP, we've seen it Cressy done before. To be able to still land the shots, to still have that confidence. And now, it looks like 4 people down a ramp in this boost. We haven't seen it before from XSET, but the timing is absolutely perfect. Just at the time you need to change things up, it's gonna be there. And once again, Galaxy Racer forced to go in late in the round. 30 seconds left. And Claudia trying to make the best out of it on B. Probably trying to keep the players right there, but rotation will be coming in real soon with 20 seconds left on the clock. And a 5v3 retake situation. This is definitely a very good scenario for XSET here.
It is. 3 more players in their way, Veerless. Anna's one of them. We've needed to see more from her. She's about to get swarmed. Players everywhere. They're about to take this back.
Oh, Anna is desperately trying. Kelly B is going big. And finally, it is Galaxy Racer still trying to hold on very desperately. But the answer, or the question more or less, is how long can they keep doing this for? Because still a lot for to make up for, but the amount of plays they got, suddenly, you know, under this extreme amount of pressure, they went big. And I would hope and love to see that happening more and more. XSET actually here gonna be going for a buy. Still working with the last bits of money they had left in the bank. A FAMAS and MP9 in hand. But still a good amount of utility to take care of that site. And question is, how will they deal with this one? Galaxy Racer might have a little bit more confidence winning that one because that was really good. But still, it's that hill you need to go up against, that wall named XSET. And it's definitely a tough job.
Certainly is, but not too many opportunities presenting. Anna's noted one. Zaz has been noted, but no one getting a little overly curious here. This is, you know, walking on eggshells territory. Every step you take gets that little bit more dicey. Plenty of presence being shown. This is almost brazen presence towards B, but no intention towards the side just yet. It has pulled a rotation. It has kept Giuliano here. It has kept Crassi somewhat busy. But where does this end? They've got 37 seconds. They haven't taken ramp control. Veerless, this could go really astray here. Mimi could dismantle all of this. If they don't check well enough, this could be the start of the end.
Oh, and Petra already incoming and rotating really, really fast, but maybe a little bit of a problem. XSET set all their money on B, so no one else really that close to pick off of Mimi, so it is still a 4-on-4. It's definitely possible. There's still flashbangs and smokes to work with for XSET, and those are going to be deployed now, but Anna sitting in sandbag, holding on tightly, 23 as well. But kill still in return. Zaz is the one to do it. A 1 versus 1 now. She tapped the bomb. Kelly B, she needs the 1 to be able to hit the shots, but it's Zaz making sure that XSET is now the winners here of the EU side of DreamHack Showdown Winter. They've done it. So far, they have had a pretty phenomenal run, and Galaxy Racer, once again, the one team they always have to battle it out against, but they constantly seem unbeatable. It gets so close time and time again, but they are always in control. So let's head back to the desk as they break this one all down.
What a showing from XSET. They are your champions of the DreamHack Showdown Winter for Europe. And to be honest, was there ever any doubt when a third map starts with an 8-0 and one person is not dying at all? Like, can we ask for a better champion? I hear it, Potter and Harvey, of course. And Harvey, I mean XSET, the champion. Okay. Galaxy Racer came very close, and we did have a lot of confidence that they have grown, and they have shown that they've gotten better. But Harvard, they're just not yet good enough.
Well, it could also be a Vertigo problem here. Twice that it's not even a close game when it comes down to XSET versus Galaxy Racer, but they're still not there even after winning that veto ends down. And we have to congratulate XSET here, who, you know, players like Zaz and Giuliano have been there for decades now. They started when they were still teenagers, and they're here today, fully grown women winning championships still in the comfort of their home during COVID.
Yeah, exactly, Potter. I mean, obviously the comfort of their home, maybe it's, I don't know if that's an upside or a downside. In case of winnings, I'd say, Potter, it's a downside. You can't really properly celebrate on the stage.
Yeah, for especially in the case of XSET ladies, it's definitely a downside. The amount of experience these ladies have certainly would have wanted this victory on land, but yeah, to your point, Shiver, Galaxy Racer, they just simply were not good enough. The nerves getting to some individuals, the superstars that were needed for Galaxy Racer to be able to contend in this long 3-map series definitely did not show up. But for XSET, dude, Krasny was just laughing and having a good time, one tapping fools. I think she was 17-0-0 at one point. That's exactly what you want to happen. The young gun, exactly what they picked her up for. So, I mean, XSET, what a dominant third map.
Yeah, and the fact that you mentioned the smiles, obviously we have the luxury of seeing all the players on camera, which is awesome, but it also, I don't know, it gives us, I feel like, glimpse, Harvey, in their mental state, how they feel in the game, and just those smiles on the side of XSET, they're relaxed. This is like an average Sunday night for them. They're just having fun playing and winning, and the pressure maybe for Galaxy Racer just being a little bit too much in this grand finals.
Yeah, at the end, you saw it on everyone's camera. It did not feel like they just won a grand final of a DreamHack Showdown. It felt like you said it was a Sunday night. It also can speak to their confidence coming in. It's like, yeah, we lost the map, but quite frankly, we're not even scared of losing this series. And so far, they are still undefeated. I'm trying to think here, ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they lost a single series or tournament they've played in versus the women's circuit in EU over the last year.
I know that they have not, so you are absolutely on point there. They are, I mean, we heard Pansy make the World of Warcraft reference. We'll do it again. They are the end boss, the main boss to take down, and they're also, we saw them, Potter, you saw them specifically in Open last week. They are a team that is doing the thing that we want all these teams to do, right? We want them to break through and not just be in a female team. We want them to go further, and we are seeing that. We are continuously seeing that improvement.
Yeah, exactly. And it's great to see, right? XSET really setting an example of how a team should function, right? I think these ladies have a really good trajectory moving forward into 2021. It seems like they've got a lot of their roles set. It seems like each individual is able to swing back even when those 2v2s, even when Galaxy Racer are making things tight. I mean, Steph mentioned it in the green room. There was a point where Krasny finally died. They're up 9-0, but they were broke. They immediately had to save. So Galaxy Racer certainly put the pressure on these ladies, but they prevailed. Their protocols came through strong, and they're dependent on each other.
Yeah, every player shined. I think that is a very important part of this squad. We have talked about a lot of teams this last week, and always there is one player like, oh, this player does better than the rest. We want to see more of that. But this squad, everyone's has their ups, right? You can point out everyone's performance, say, oh yeah, Miss Harvey, this person did really well, didn't she? Oh, and in particular, okay. If there's one person that shone a little bit brighter, especially this third map, than everybody else, it would be Crystalia. Congratulations, first of all. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
I have to ask you about the first half of Vertigo because you went absolutely off, and I just want to hear you talk about how good that felt.
Well, that felt amazing. I think I didn't die till like 9th round, but that's big thanks for my teammates because they gave me a lot of space to work, so...
Humble. I like it. I like it. No, you killed it out there. I'm curious. You have been on top of the food chain for the female Dota 2 scene. Dota 2. Wow, C is ghosting. This is the first time I messed up. I am so sorry.
On the last day.
On the last day. On the last day. Now, you guys have been on the top of the food chain. This series and the series that you played against Galaxy Racers earlier this tournament is kind of proof that perhaps the gap that was between you and the rest is kind of closing a little bit. Do you feel it the same way? Is everybody getting a little better?
Well, other teams definitely getting better, but I think we're just actually tired because it's the end of the year and it's our last day, and we have vacation starting tomorrow. Very long-awaited vacation, so
this was you guys
well.
underperforming
Yeah, for sure. Especially on semifinals. We shouldn't have lost that nuke, and today on overpass as well. But we will work on our mistakes, and we'll come back even stronger.
I have to ask, Crystalia, can you talk to us a little bit about the video today? It was a completely different scenario than the last time you played Galaxy Racer in this tournament. What was going on through your guys' mind?
Well, it was kind of a trap. We were banning Inferno all the time, just to make other teams think that we don't play it, but we actually put a lot of time and effort in breaking this map, so it, I guess, worked out in the end. And then we decided to pick Overpass, just kind of, I don't know, maybe surprise them. It didn't work out as well as we thought, but we still were able to come back on Vertigo. So, I don't know, just some mind games.
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, Crystalia. I asked Petra this, but I want to ask you, as the youngest member on the team, the newest member on the team, what are your individual goals for 2021? What do you want? What do you want to accomplish? Because it's clear that you ladies are at the top of the food chain, as Shiva mentioned. What would you like to do in 2021?
Well, we just hope that we're gonna get a lot of tournaments, a lot of female tournaments, maybe even lands, if this thing with COVID is over. And we also hope to get some more maybe invites or pass through qualifiers to male tournaments. I think that's our main goal. So we can improve or at least show some competition against male teams. So I guess that's the biggest goal for me and for the rest of the team.
Love to hear it. You have said that you felt like you underperformed today. You are still the champion here today, and I know you said you're going on holiday, or you're taking a holiday tomorrow. I'm not sure if going on holiday is indeed an option at the moment. But I'm curious, how are you going to celebrate with your team remotely? You know, normally if you were in a LAN, this would be party night, right? So do you have anything planned for yourself to celebrate this victory?
Well, I guess not really. Just gonna maybe chat on WhatsApp, maybe hang out in Discord, something like that. Not much to do.
Yeah,
Discord
that's
party.
unfortunate. Yeah. Virtual party, virtual after party. Crystalia, thank you so much for talking to us. It's been a pleasure watching you play.
Thank you so much.
And watching the rest of the team play, of course, as well. We're going to let you go and virtually celebrate with your squad as far
Thank
as
you so
are
much.
able to. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Crystalia, very humble. I was
Oh,
thinking,
I
like,
like
okay,
her.
you know what? Isolated. Our team crushed it. We won this. We're the best. We're the better team. It's like, no, you know, we could have done better. You know, I love to see it because, you know, that's a competitive spirit for you, right, Potter? You're self-critical and you want to be better.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I like the risks that these ladies were taking, right? Getting uncomfortable, I think, is the signs of growth, or at least that you're attempting for growth. So even picking out the overpass, even setting a trap for the Inferno, there was a lot of thoughtfulness coming through into this grand final series for these ladies. And I'm glad to see it. What a statement as well, man. Just kind of slapping Vilga back with that Inferno. This was great. A great grand finals, I think.
I think so too, and the fact, that she mentioned this was a mind game. From here on out, Miss Harvey, nobody can ever trust the bans of XSET ever again, right? Because there could be mind games behind it.
There could be, but to be quite frank, Inferno was there to be stolen. It wasn't the perfect performance coming out of XSET, but then that Vertigo one, that one was really, really hard. And they showed today that even while taking these risks, they can still make it on top.
They could indeed. We have seen a lot of games, a lot of maps coming out from the Europe department, and it is time to reveal our player, not of the day, but of the tournament. Although, the player that we have chosen, Potter, happens to be a part of the winning team. We have Zaz as player of the tournament.
And it can be no other, right? I'm glad to see that it's Zaz. She's been a little bit more quiet over the last 2 years, but just her veteranship, her pedigree, the experience that she brings to the squad, and it's just an even more bigger of a bonus to see that she's hitting on all cylinders, delivering the frags and having explosive rounds. And that was the Zaz of 10 years ago, being the young gun coming into that new Fnatic squad lineup. So I'm glad to see Zaz is rolling back the years, and she's just as scary and deadly as ever in that server.
Being able to be on top of your game for that long, Miss Harvey, like that is so impressive.
Yeah, she's starting to remind me of the force of what we've seen on the women's circuit. But not only that, like if you listen to us talking about this tournament throughout the days, never did we say, oh, Zaz's performance was out of this world. Like she was just consistent, and ran away with that MVP kind of without us expecting it.
All right, guys, the European finals has been an absolute pleasure. Can the NA finals live up to that expectation we have? We'll find out after the break.